most people run into a different problem, a quieter one, a deeper one. It's the moment when you stop asking, how do I get them back? And start asking, who am I now? Because here's something nobody talks about enough. When a relationship lasts long enough, it becomes part of your identity. Not just your daily routine, your identity. You stop thinking only in terms of me. You start thinking in terms of we. What are we doing this weekend? Where are we going next year? What are our plans? What do we want? And without realizing it, parts of your life begin organizing themselves around the relationship. That's normal. It's what happens when you genuinely care about someone. But when the relationship ends, you're left with more than heartbreak. You're left with empty space. And empty space can feel uncomfortable. Maybe you have more free time than you're used to. Maybe your weekends feel different. Maybe certain places don't feel the same anymore. Maybe you're realizing there are parts of your life you haven't thought about in years because the relationship occupied so much of your attention. This is one of the reasons breakups can feel so disorienting. You're not only losing a person, you're adjusting to a new version of yourself, and that takes time. Let me ask you something. What's one thing you used to enjoy before the relationship that you've stopped doing? Maybe it's a hobby, a goal, a friendship, something that used to be part of your life. Leave it in the comments. Because many people discover they lost touch with more of themselves than they realized. Now here's the good news. That empty space you're feeling, it's not just loss, it's opportunity. I know that probably doesn't feel true right now, but stay with me. When a relationship ends, something important happens. For the first time in a long time, you're forced to ask yourself questions you may have stopped asking. What do I actually enjoy? What do I want my life to look like? What matters to me now? What kind of future am I building? Those questions can feel intimidating, but they're also where growth begins. One mistake people often make after a breakup is trying to replace the relationship as quickly as possible. They fill every moment with distractions. They jump into dating. They stay constantly busy. Anything to avoid being alone with themselves. But rebuilding your identity isn't about finding another person. It's about reconnecting with yourself. And that process usually starts small. Maybe it's joining a gym. Maybe it's learning a skill. Maybe it's reconnecting with old friends. Maybe it's finally pursuing something you've been putting off for years. The specific activity doesn't matter as much as what it represents. You're creating a life that belongs to you again. And every time you invest energy into yourself, something interesting happens. Your confidence starts becoming less dependent on external validation. You stop measuring your worth by whether your ex misses you. You stop needing constant proof that you're lovable. You stop treating the breakup as evidence that something is wrong with you. Instead, you begin building trust in yourself. And that kind of confidence is different. It's quieter, more stable, more real. One day you'll notice that your conversations aren't always about the breakup anymore. Your goals won't revolve around proving something to your ex. Your decisions won't be filtered through the question, what would they think about this? You'll simply be living your life. And while that might sound ordinary, it's actually a huge milestone. Because it means your identity is no longer centered around what happened. It's centered around where you're going. This doesn't mean you forget the relationship. It doesn't mean it never mattered. It means it becomes one part of your story instead of the thing defining your story. And that's when people often discover something surprising. The version of themselves they become after heartbreak is sometimes stronger than the version they were before it. Not because the pain was good, not because the breakup was easy, but because it forced them to grow in ways they never would have otherwise. So if you're in that strange phase where you're trying to figure out who you are without the relationship, be patient with yourself. You're not lost, you're rebuilding, and rebuilding takes time. But every small decision you make for yourself is a step in the right direction. Not toward getting your old life back, toward creating a new one, a life that doesn't depend on someone else's presence to feel meaningful. And that's a powerful place to reach. If this video helped you, subscribe for more psychology-based insights on healing, confidence, and building a stronger life after heartbreak.